Action.
Today we're going to make a basic tomato sauce that can be used for pasta or pizza or lasagna or anything like that. And so to do this, we will need 1 jar of tomato. What kind of tomatoes is this?
Just pureed tomatoes.
Pureed tomatoes, and roughly 2 cloves of garlic that have been crushed, 1 tablespoon of oil, and an onion, medium to small, that has been diced. You could also use carrot as well, or instead you can use celery too if you want, but for today we're just going to keep it simple and we'll just use onion. Okay.
Action.
Okay. So we have the pan on medium heat right now, and it's heated a little bit, and we're going to add our oil. And then to that oil in our hot pan, we're going to add in our diced onions and our garlic. Yeah. We're giving the onions a head start over the garlic right now. And we are going to give those a bit of a stir and saute them for roughly 3 to 5 minutes until they get a little bit of color. You don't want them to burn, but you want them to soften and take some of the bite away.
Action.
Action. Okay, so we've cooked down the onion and the garlic, softened, and now we're gonna add the tomato sauce, or the pureed tomatoes. So we're gonna add this whole jar. And how much is in there, Lucky?
680 milliliters.
Okay. And once we poured in the contents of the jar, we're gonna add a little bit of water and swish that around in the jar just to make sure to help us get all of the tomato out of the inside. We're gonna give the contents of the pot a stir now, and then bring everything to a boil, and then reduce heat and allow it all to simmer for about 20 minutes or so. If we had carrots in there, that would allow them to kind of cook all the way through and get the sweetness into the sauce. Okay, so you can see we're starting to stop sharing.
Yes, boss.
Okay, so you can see we're starting to come to a boil here now, so we can reduce the heat down to low and let it simmer now. Action! So we have been simmering this sauce for roughly 20 minutes now. It's reduced a little bit, and the tomato and everything should have cooked. At this point we can add our seasoning, so we're going to add a little bit of salt taste. We're going to add some sugar here as well. If we had added some carrots in the beginning, those would have sweetened the sauce a little bit, so we might not need to add any sugar at all. We'll put some pepper, and then at this point it's really your choice. So you could go with the sauce as is. I think today we'll add a little bit of oregano. You could do oregano, you could do basil, you can do chili flakes. It depends on what you're going for. Good. And that's it. Ta-da!